suddenly the map's over.
Yeah, we see like the tomes of notes that they've got there. I don't think they really need to go too deep into the strat book on that opening map. I do feel like, though, going into Ancient, Atox is definitely going to be prepared for Greyhound picking into this just based on that first day win. So they're going to be coming in with a different game plan, it feels.
Yeah, no, for sure. And look, it was the A bomb sites that I definitely do want to focus on. And also, what's interesting is we've now got more of a T side that we're going to see out of Greyhound, something that we didn't get to see in this original matchup. So Atox starting on the defense. They've got a couple of pieces of utility, notably though, no kit.
The utility being set up to just execute into the A bomb site straight out. They've got a Lurk presence over towards B, and I think it's going to be a split in through Donut. Smoke's being thrown out. I wonder if perhaps they're going to wait and see what the response is from Atox. Just crawling through, you can see immediately
They want mid.
It sent everyone over there.
They could even go red here and try and cut off rotations. Instead, it's going to be Dobu spotting out. Definitely saw Dexter, which means he definitely saw the bomb. They're in the right position here, Atox.
Okay, so you throw the smokes and then just walk on in. Atox are going to have players here, but Zesta caught completely pants down. Had no idea, however, accuracy, oh, never mind. It felt like the trigger discipline was going to be the success factor of it. Doesn't quite come through. Val behind the flames looking for anything, but this is flawless. Greyhound have definitely learned from their pistols of yesterday. Dobu's not even get to fire off a shot. Dexter gets the knife, and Greyhound with a dominant start.
Yeah, and that's a twist in the back to the morale as well for Atox. And I felt for sure that Dobu had spotted them crossing in towards Donut, but they were just completely unawares. We're not ready for just Alistair contacting through an incredibly unorthodox pistol that had a lot of layers to it for Greyhound, because you had Dexter still clearing the boxes. You still had that lurk element as well of Vexi just up on shelf. Like, every little stone was unturned there for Greyhound. They made sure that there were no mistakes. Fantastic nade in towards middle. Prevents the push. Atox are still going for it, but they're going straight into the Galils. It's too simple for Greyhound in the second.
They have no issues against the USPs. Now Atox will get to bring out all the rifles. Greyhound, this time around, have gone for a bit more of a future-proofed second round buy with only one MAC-10. Plenty of Galils in the mix. Really decent weaponry against the M4 FAMAS buy from Atox.
This time no pushing with the utility in mid. Bit of a missed smoke as well for Red Room, which isn't ideal. Vexi just tucked in towards the pocket. Dobu taking space, and he's on a little bit of a timer here because Greyhound will come out elbow in a couple of moments.
Cabal has gotten quite active. Does have the support from Zesta, and the smoke comes through. Now he can start to poke and prod at ledge. Fully aware of his position. I wonder if they'll, they might blow a smoke and try and peek through from mid. Now he is isolated. That supportive element has fallen back. So shall he. He knows the timings.
Now it is that battle for mid. Donut smoke being lined up by Liaz. Flashbangs over the top to maybe set up these shelf players. Instead, they recoil and reset the control. They let the primary bulk come from this elbow connection. You're still holding just in case Atox wants to get aggressive on the extremity, but nothing doing. A couple of bullets of spam do connect, but don't deal killing blows.
And Inns has taken control as well. Actually decides not to poke on through. Falls back off the fade. And accuracy, going to be given the first fight. Dink comes through.
That's important info. Where you see him fall back, you know that they're probably going to execute in a moment's notice. You can see that Cabal's on a quick rotate path, and Dobu will hold strong.
Great Molotov. Alcé was forced forward, couldn't quite find the kill. Liaz trying to trade it just through the wall, but not going to be given that opportunity. That's the bomb spotted. They know it's coming on through. Dexter gets his ball bang, and Liaz not ready for the swing. Backside as well, almost caught up, but luckily Inns is there to save the day. It's scrappy, but they get in. Bomb down.
But no time.
Oh!
Literally, right at the last moment, there was not enough time to plant that bomb. Where they're jumping in, Vexite drops it, it falls forward. The direction you're facing is where the bomb is going to be thrown due to its momentum. and it was only slightly off.
Half a second.
To the point where they couldn't get it down. Atox steal away the round.
Yeah, Greyhound kind of fumbling it there, right? They wait so long to take the mid control and don't really get much out of it. They decide, all right, we're just going to hit into B now with that space. Hoping that shorten the rotations and defensive utility, the repositioning. Backside, yeah, really should have been aware of an extra player being able to swing long because it was the only open avenue.
This kind of hurts as well for Atox, though, because despite winning the round, they lost a lot of players. I think there was only one surviving member. So you take a look at the buy, also that kind of knocks the loss bonus down a tick. So you lose this, you're pretty much reset. You're going to be forcing for the next couple of rounds. It's an important one for them to win to stabilize. Otherwise, Greyhound will run away with the next few rounds.
Greyhound have actually got a fairly convincing buy out of it. Alistair gets the AWP early. See how he's set up. Looking to post over towards A early, it looks like. Deep smoke thrown, but... Oh, Aiden's trying to fight ahead of the Molotov. Backside just charging into B. There was a smoke thrown in towards doors, and I think maybe Mick didn't expect the presence to have pushed through. It's all a ruse. A main is the play, hoping that Vexside's presence has drawn players over. Zesta have to do a lot here. The sole defender dodges the AWP shot. Defensive smoke, it's going to give him something to work with. Molotov over the top, not going to be extinguished. And he's getting spammed on down. Alistair even hitting the shot through the smoke. That's given them a pathway through accuracy. This MP9, oh, he can find them all, but can't quite get it done. Dexter swings, and the bomb is planted, this time with plenty on the clock.
Yeah, Lee has it just up close as well, but Kabul and Dobu will find kills. The experienced duo resets things into an equilibrium. Alistair separated off from Vexite over at Donut. This is winnable, but it's the AWP that will deliver first, and now Kabul knows confirmed locations of both players, needs to isolate the fight, spots the shadow, but can't round the corner. Greyhound just about survived.
Yeah, great round from Alistair as well. Once his teammates go down, the repositioning, playing around Brokey, getting up into Temple, playing with the shadow, repositioning so that that wide swing that comes through, which he feels inevitable onto the AWP, off the mark. There was a lot going on here. Greyhound taking early aggression, both in mid and at B.
That's so brave from Mick, just to almost go through that smoke over towards B ramp, and he really wanted to find information, but similarly to Vexite on Inferno on CT side, it cost him his life. And that held rotations for a couple of extra seconds. Push in, but holding is the leader for Greyhound. Dexter finds two with ease.
Spray control with the AK. Headshot onto the second. And this is that round you're talking about, right? Even though they'd won that one round, it completely resets them, having lost the follow-up. He's got a little Zeus sticker on the Zeus. This is one of the best Zeus positions on Ancient. It's almost always good for one. Not this round, though, because they're not going to be, which is a little unfortunate.
I like the double re-aggress. We've already seen two players push A main from Atox, and now they're going to go again. Similarly with players, that means they can all group together. So, sure, it is just pistols, but at least they're moving as a unit. Might work as well. Never mind, Alistair, quick. Even swapping to the Tech 9, he nearly finds everyone.
Counted down, no issues against the pistols. Greyhound not going to get ecoed anytime soon. Atox get another opportunity with their rifles. We actually get to see the Greyhound T side, which is something that we haven't really seen a great deal of.
Interested in seeing this fight for middle as well, because it feels like the CTs are always trying to apply pressure, and then in the last couple of rounds they thought, okay, well, we can lead with utility, and then we try and get Kabul on the angle. It feels incredibly isolated to go for this play, but Dobu at the same time is pushing down. Dexter's got his number. Man advantage Greyhound.
Headshots exchanged, and Dexter comes out ahead.
Look at this as well, that the gamble, the AWP is trying to be dynamic to the point where it's rotated away. It means your mid players have got to lose that control. They've got to reset over towards A because there's a timing. In the same vein, Mick is now pushing down close. There's a lot of moving pieces here for Atox.
Vexight's crosshair was not on the angle, but Dexter is the one that swings around and gets the kill. And he's happy to go down there. 2 kills with 20 HP, you take it every day. Oh, Zesta, this off angle is strong, but a swing will undo him. The peek up actually is what gets it done, boosted. And Vexite finds his kill into Cabal as well, so accuracy left alone. Bomb is going into A. He's even worried about this lurk.
You see the intention there just from Atox because they had a lot of control. And I really like the fact that you get the trade on the AWP. He then falls back on towards the site, which would incentivize Greyhound to go in towards A because they know the AWP started there. There was potentially a gap that was going to be formed. You can see that Accuracy wanted to reposition from Donut to help out his teammate on site. But Cabal should have just reset through red. He shouldn't have gone through cave because ultimately he gets caught off as well. It just feels like whilst there is repositions, whilst it looks like Atox understand the way they want to take the round and the direction they want to funnel Greyhound into, they're overextended way too much and they're kind of missing these opportunities to pincer them in.
First timeout comes through as well for Atox. Just gonna have a half point into this round anyway. Thinking about the future. We know the T side from them is a strength on this map. We saw it, finding success, getting onto the bomb sites, getting those plants through. They need to build up something to work with.
As again, coming back to the conversation of Greyhound don't need to change up because currently Atox are making these mistakes. They're feeling the pressure, they're walking straight in towards these setups. And Greyhound can just hold. They can take these incredibly long-range duels. They don't need to contest for middle until the middle portion of the round where the utility's already been expelled.
Might see a bit of presence put over towards B with these pistols. Utility thrown on forward. Going to try and crunch onto Vexite's position. Smoke forward, flashbang to follow, and Vexite, ooh, caught off guard. Manages to stay alive and extract himself. Dexter's support is there.
Good thing from Mick trying to help out as well. Look, they've got the control, Atox, they just don't have the weaponry. Cabal, the USP, potentially could deal with in. So Vexite is quite low as well. This one is still definitely on.
This would have been a great round to pull out with rifles. Maybe they can still get something done. Oh, accuracy. Surely catches Alistair here. That's an AWP for free if he can get it. Has manages to get his hands on it. Now he can't really go anywhere. Liaz has just bailed. Maybe that distraction is going to give Mick some space to work with. Oh, back turn still manages to find on the fadeaway. Dexter gets that trade. Accuracy being held. So low are Ins and Vexite. This USP on Cabal can kill either of them in a single shot.
But also so low at Accuracy and Cabal. They're so far away from each other, they've now got to reposition. And that creates opportunity. Greyhound will group together the entire time. A lot of this hinges on Dexter, trying to trade out these players. But potentially, look, this was always a full eco. Damage is potentially somewhat unconfirmed. They've picked up an AWP, and they put it in Accuracy's hands. They might just save.
Oh, they're absolutely going to save that AWP. Maybe a rifle can be recovered. He has an AK. The observers for highlighting that one. They picked on up, so you'll take that one any day. Yeah, I like the call. You've got the player advantage, you've got the weaponry advantage. Just send Ins in first into A. Dexter can trade. This is actually almost the most convincing round that Atox have brought forward.
That was precarious. That was potentially very dangerous. Cabal will find one. Accuracy will at least hold on to the weaponry as the round slams shut.
That's right.
And it's actually a complete sort of stark contrast compared to what we saw on the first map. It was the young guns of Atox. It was the reinforcements after losing Yami that were kind of leading the way. In Zesta, in Mick, it was Cabal and Dobu that were really struggling. And this time around, it is Cabal and Dobu, the experienced pair, the players that have had this partnership for so many years. Obviously, Cabal took that break to go to IHC, gain that experience of what it's like to play at the major. and now wants to bring back his brother in arms. It's a long road back, not only here, but in this series in its entirety. Dexter swinging, not finding anything. This AWP, in fact, 2 of them, potentially could be set up, but Dobu's trapped.
It's a really cool meta Molotov is being thrown now, where you can throw it kind of through the gap between Cave and Jaguar, and it disallows. Oh my god, Alistar gets a little overeager after the peak, but what a flick.
They've got the scope as well. They're trying to apply pressure onto this AWP, and that will force rotations, not once, but twice. Greyhound have got a lot of space in towards Cave. They might just execute, but with Inz's position, he could be the fly in the ointment here for Atox. Accuracy could be caught completely pants down.
Double AWP setup. Finding success. Accuracy fires off his. Are you expecting Mick on the line? Now you are. Shot baited out. Information gathered. Vexite still putting this pressure on. Oh, Mick surely should have been aware of that possibility. Cabal tucked into the corner. Can't escape Liaz. 2 versus 2. Dexter steps on forward. Can plant the bomb. The Molotov goes a little bit off the mark. He's going to be forced off the line, and Zesta steps on through. Liaz required to clutch. Bomb can be recovered. Come around from each angle. Zesta swings, and Liaz can't convert. Atox lock Greyhound out.
I actually really like that play from Mick, because he's the one that they see Greyhound over towards B ramp. He's the one that then takes the contact over towards Cave. It makes and sells the idea that he's completely solo. You're never expecting that player that's tucked in. And what that does as well is not only guarantees a kill for Atox, but buys time for these rotates. They can now come over to the point where Greyhound can't even put the bomb down.
Double AWPs find success and then continue to run them. Find towards mid. Liaz wanted to go early, but got blown out of the server. Inz's there on the trade. He might not be done. He's getting very aggressive, looking to go through the donut smoke, take some of this ground and disrespect the space that Atox has given over. Yeah, he slipped on through. I feel like he's guaranteed a kill here. That's the first, but accuracy adjusts. Second AWP now spotted. Leg shot onto Dexter.
Much better from Atox as well. They're in positions where they can quickly trade. Mick still holding, still hopeful for this AWP, but not finding it. It's Dexter with a quick clothesline. And meanwhile, whilst all this is going on, and the attention is drawn in towards middle, take a look at Vexite. Dexter's still going to take space. Dexter's still going to claim lives, but it's ultimately the B bomb site that's open.
Dexter doing wonders with such a little HP. A second AWP now comes to hunt him, and okay, his gun's been spotted, but the bomb planted. Swing this time, not going to hit. Accuracy is going to give this a look in. Didn't quite go where he wanted it though, so Smokefall will give him some space. Alistar won't have the line, but I think Dave needs to save this. No hope into this round with Vexite's position. That's great from Dexter as well, just even though he gets the tag onto him, when you're swinging onto an AWP, it doesn't matter if you've got 100 HP or 20 HP. Confident swings, find success. Greyhound, immediately after dropping that round to Atox, are back.
Yeah, they've really noticed that mid is a vulnerability here for Atox. Even with the quick fight that goes 1-for-1 in the trade, they still concede that space. Atox, they're not ready. They don't have a player in towards Donut, and it's the forward positioning that allow Greyhound that kill on towards Cabal, but it also unlocks the door for Dexter just to kind of be that nuisance in the mid-round. It frees up a lot of space and time, and where you're just creating this even blanket of pressure, Atox don't know which way you're going to go. And they're really confined to the back corners of this map, and despite their trade spacing being quite close together, they're incredibly restricted into where they can actually go.
14-5 for Dexter. This is the Dexter performances he's been putting up since going back domestically, where he's been nice ready to play here for the squad. While calling. They're just going for a B hit out the gate. This boost from accuracy should be strong. Yeah, great shot into Vexite. It's Henry forward as well. They can slow them down. All the pieces here to defend, and accuracy still finding purchase on these shots, but Inz does get one back, but they're getting peppered, they're getting destroyed. No way in. Liaz limps away, but he doesn't even have the bum.
Nice round from Atox. Just, again, you're setting accuracy up. He's hitting a lot of these shots early, finding your opening peaks. It's been quite difficult, actually, for Alistar to get involved in a lot of the opening engagements. Atox are aware of this. They are completely utilizing the fact that they can put the snipers in play. And 2 players, whilst confirms info, also, you expect one of them to be either cave or short, but not ready. The incendiary completely obscures vision, and for Liaz, now it's all about damage control, hoping you can find more. Creeping up the side. But instead getting spotted. Surely you're just going to your death here, waiting patiently. It's only a matter of time. The rifles start to close the door. And Atox will find that third. I tell you what, 5 rounds here would be perfect for them. It would be a very good recovery.
Yeah, absolutely. Already mentioned the strengths of the T side. Keeping 3 alive as well, very important. The economy, which has been in a bit of a struggle, especially because they've been prioritizing these double orbs.
Good support flashbangs as well from Mick. You see it there in the highlight package. Just the presence of mind to drop them, and then that means your cave player can immediately take contact rather than still being kind of left behind in the engagement from the block.
Greyhound have opted to force into this round.
This is a change of pace as well. They're already gathering towards A. They might just hit onto the site. Straight execute is something we've not really seen outside of the pistol.
They lose this one though. It gives Atox a good position to get 5. Zesta tries to get ahead. He's actually spammed, but spins and finds his kill. A wild spray does good damage to Alistair. Accuracy has come on through. Easy shot for him. Now Vexline has found the space on B. And he knows there's a timing on this. Needs to get deep control. There's no utility. Needs to fight forward. Liaz has a long journey back to him. Toby will count for this as Cabal does come back with him.
Should clear it with Cabal. They should walk together, but instead that's not happened. As soon as Vexite gets this kill on towards Cabal, if that even happens, surely Dobu trades. Yeah, he's ready for it. Advanced position now. This makes Liaz's clutch ever so much more difficult.
You almost feel you just want to keep the Galil. But a bomb plant would do wonders for the whole buy.
They are still separated here. If he's able to get the jump on Dobu here, there's a world. But Dobu, yet again, he's taken the space into the site and now he's recoiled out of it, wasting and burning the clock.
If Liaz goes long, he could actually catch him off. Yeah, Dobu doesn't have the timing. Liaz has got this first kill for sure. And now a chance in the clutch. Bomb plant. And it's fast through cave. Has he heard it? No, he's walking. Liaz not going to be ready for it. Mick was there so quickly. But a bomb plant is something to work with into the final round.
Yeah, good round from Atox again, though. Just putting yourself in good positions to the point where you are able to neutralize Greyhound, the good kills on towards A as well. That buy should never be that threatening. Just a couple of Galils are surrounded, sprinkled in with Tech 9s. They keep enough alive to make things work. The morale, the motivation, it should be back.
I was kind of surprised that they did go for that full buy into the last round, Greyhound. You can see what it's left them with, and this is with the bomb plant coming through. The intention is to completely dismantle Atox with that fast play, but when it comes undone, left Atox with an open pathway to potentially find 5.
It felt a little bit haphazard as well, just for that A pop. It felt like your timing was a little bit off if you're Greyhound. The flashbangs, they didn't go with them. Some of the players just weren't even affected on the bomb side, just the limited utility they had available. This time it's very much the same cut and dry round we've seen out of Greyhound, where they wait patiently to see if Atox are going to be making these mistakes. But where Atox have grown in confidence, they don't really feel the need to go for these desperate plays, the pushes individually through the extremities. This time it's set up, they've got the map control, and they're waiting for Greyhound to react.
Dobu is getting curious. He's just jiggling with the smoke so he can deploy this as soon as they want to take contact. And that'll be pretty painful for Greyhound, who you can see are keen to retake control. Smoke actually did not do what he wanted. Yeah, he kind of messed that one up. Bounced off the edge and has given space for Greyhound to work. They'll happily take it. In starts to charge on through. There's a strong defense on A. 3 players reinforce this site. You're running in with a Tech 9. The crossfire is great. Liaz sprays down 2. But Cabal, an unknown element, and he's locked in this round. Vexite can't get anything done. Atox with 5.
Yeah, really well handled there, especially because Greyhound, the designer that was to push into Donut to create enough pressure for the A players never to look at A main. But in fact, it goes the other way. Cabal never fired his gun, never alerted Greyhound that he was the extra element in that defense. 5 rounds, incredibly solid. And when we think back to the T side of Atox, they were getting in these bomb sites pretty convincingly. It's up to Greyhound to potentially go 4 for 4 when it comes to pistols and then use their momentum to overrun the game. Otherwise, it could get pretty tricky.
Atox are not out of this yet. Cabal wants to attend another major with his squad. Accuracy has been stepping up alongside Zesta. New additions to this team. Youngsters ready to prove their worth on the world stage. Given a tough opponent in this lower bracket. Now they fight forward in towards Donut. Dexter taking the first contact, but it's a bit of a bait for Vexite. Doesn't matter. Mick deletes him. And Atox might be able to find their first pistol with disadvantage. Molotov does go awry, and that's given Alistair a bit of space, but nothing being revealed to him just yet. Needed that tap and kit on these players. Looking for anything. They've got them locked out. Time is ticking. Ends with the dual Mirandas. Might be able to get something done. There's a lot of targets here for him to choose from. The mixed dualies hit a little harder. Leos gets one nice kill back, but there's no time at this stage anyway. Kills are all they can hope for. Even that might be a little bit too much to ask for.
Yeah, well played by Atox. It's just simple. Running through Donut, you ensure that you kill the setup. There's always going to be a second player lying in wait there. It's very common for teams just to employ 2 personnel over to holding that position of the map. So good presence of mind, good awareness, and when it comes to the off plant as well, they recoil all the way back out of the bomb site. Greyhound were really spread far apart, and that really hinders the retake attempt with no kits because they've all got to group together and attack from multiple different angles without much util.
Bit of stacking towards middle as Cabal is going to come around this corner and see a lot of USPs. No damage done, but that's a lot of information. That's going to send them scrambling in towards B, but the rotation can come through. Alstairs hearing all of this, and no, don't go around that corner. Yeah, heard and accounted for. And Mick, who is starting to warm up after that pistol round, continues to take shots. Accuracy just running forward with the Glock. And they deal with all of the CTs after that initial stack.
Yeah, very clean. I think it's a little bit brave to have players swinging in together to try and clear that stack after you know it's there, but you've got different elevations. You also get the information that Greyhound are either hanging around or they're immediately rotating to a bomb site. An immediate acceleration just to gain that control up B. Atox are here. They've equalized the scoreline. And for Greyhound, it's an investment, of course, but it comes lacking. It's left wanting when it comes to the utility department. Number of flashes is incredibly limited. There's only 3 for the whole round.
Accuracy's got the AWP out immediately as well.
Makes sense. They were prioritizing a lot in that first half and getting a lot of success on it.
You mean business. This boost up can lock Liaz in if he wants any information. If he swings for this fight, he'll be doomed. There it is, the shot. Even blind, and Mick, the Unraveler. No issues at all. Atox are going to take the lead for the first time in this series.
And it's well worked, and it's very simple CS. Atox are just relying on what they know best. Walking up ramp, there's no contestment, there's no deep utility from Greyhound. There's no one sort of jiggling the corner, much like Atox were doing in that first half. It was made really easy for them. And from there, the sniper of Accuracy is always set up to post on the long angle. You got the 2 riflers swinging to kind of account for short and cave. It's simple. And now Greyhound, we pointed to that first half. Atox didn't really give them much to think about. Well, now they've got to come up with solutions. They've got to come up with solutions fast.
Two save rifles. Not really going to give them a lot to work into this round either. Yeah, it might be a time to take that time out and have a discussion about how you want to go forward. This map is quickly starting to unravel for them. In a row for Atox. Momentum firmly with them.
You got to think back to what was working on that CT side of Inferno, and it was Greyhound just taking the fight to Atox, not giving them a chance to really set up for anything, denying map control, which is a lot easier to do on Inferno. You can say the Ancient kind of plays that similarly with the fight for middle, the fight for lane and cave control. It'll be interesting to see whether Greyhound are still looking to be proactive, or if they're going to rely a lot more on their retakes. I feel like if they just take the fight to Atox, they'll catch them off guard.
As you see, just a couple of pistols around these rifles, wanting to get them involved early. Dexter taking deep control in towards ledge. Smoke going to screw his vision for now. Accuracy was holding. Ally's decision, pushing on forward with the pistols. Flashbang so strong though. So that would have been the perfect time for that swing. They're not deterred. They want to swing on towards Dobu. Trying to come on through. Dexter finds the kill. They lose Liaz. But Vexite's M4 finds success in mid. And a rifle shot on over the ins.
And a resmoke. They just keep going in dry on Vexite. This is not the answer, Atox. This was 2 rifles that got saved over. And now you're only left with 2 members. Vexite and Dexter. One high, one low. And the lows for Atox just might potentially just keep on happening. Mick subjected just to a life behind this smoke. 50 seconds left. They can group up together. They want to confirm space. But as soon as Accuracy rounds this corner, he's a dead man walking.
Yeah, he's got that information now. Look forward, but don't give him too much to work with. You see Vexite's just trying to see if the swing comes. And this was the perfect round to pull out with the sort of buy they had. Get Dexter active, get Vexite active, taking these fights. Greyhound know they have the individuals for this, and okay, Mick, good swing. Not out of this yet. Accuracy is going to smoke off long, give him an avenue through to the site. That second smoke, perfect. And Mick catches it in as he tries to get ahead of it. Vexite wanted to deny the bomb, but they do take him down, and he finds the second as well. 4 for Vexite. And Greyhound will even things up.
They could have got a little bit dicey there. Look, Alistair ins, they don't have armor on these AKs. They're trying to get ahead of the smoke. It is being held by Mick, but it's Vexite. The second player to go forward. They're not ready for him. And has a monumental round from the youngster. 4 in the round. That's exactly what Greyhound needed. And we talked about this disruptive CS, and that's exactly what happened. Atox, they got a little bit flustered. They start to go in to middle, just pure contact. They want to fight the space back, and they get completely shut down.
I expect that's what we'll start to see from Greyhound more now. Not allowing Atox to get this room. Disrespecting them with the aggression. The space taking. Looks like going to be an important element of that in towards middle. See all of the early utility expended on the map. Look at all the smokes that are down right now.
Yeah, there's a lot. Alistair taking up the accuracy angle he was so fond of over at B ramp. Stairs down, sees nothing. Atox, they've got space in A main. They had space over towards B, which has now been recalled. Looking for mid instead. Meanwhile, Dobu and Mick need to clear close, need to get past not only Ins and Liaz, but Alistair lying in wait on this AWP. Contact already found with the jiggle, but Greyhound reset.
Yeah, nice information gathering.
It's actually so important not to commit to that fight, because if it goes a little bit pear-shaped, Alistair had already rotated away towards red.
Looks like B's the intention. All they have is this one smoke, which likely to be deployed towards short. Alistair, though, just given a fight. Cabal wanted information. Finds a bullet.
There's one smoke here.
There it is. Flames towards long, so it's going to give them space. Liaz, this would be a great Molotov to deny. Throws it before the plan, I think, just with all the utility coming through. Need to get it on forward. Accuracy still able to clap off to the right-hand side, and Liaz catches him on the tail end of that spray. Last bullet going wild, and Dobu needs to fight forward. Only good for the one. Flashbang over the top. Mick and Zesta in the clutch, and now it's just Zesta. 4 players, eyes on his position, and it's another retake coming through for Greyhound.
I mean, you mentioned it, Lucy, the amount of smokes that were used early in towards mid, but there was no control off the back of it. It was a phantom take towards the middle of the map for Atox, and Greyhound, they just rotated the AWP over. They went looking for information over at B ramp, and from there, you've limited all of your utility. Where you've not put pressure anywhere else as well, Greyhound, they're able to hold on to these incendiaries. They're able to hold on to these smokes, and the retake, it's just made that much more easier.
Yeah, I think they threw 3 smokes in mid, 1 to deny the Molotov, 1 for red, 1 for Donut, and then they also had a lurk smoke on B. All in the first, 30 seconds. That's caused Atox to take a pause. They know how close they are to forcing us to Anubis, to keep their major dreams alive.
And what a scalp it would take as well if they knock out Greyhound here. Think about the journey that they've been on. Consistently regarded as the underdogs in every single one of their series. Blew away Mag, disrupted Tai Lu, made them look amateur in even certain situations. And now with Greyhound, 9-8, it's a close scoreline. It's the inexperience with the old guard of Mongolia. We've already seen some of their countrymen already make it through today. Obviously, we're a long way off, but this would be a big step. Sure, it's just the eco, but a bomb plant goes a long way. Alistair, on his own with the sniper, can only shoot 1 shot at a time, but keep your eye on Vexite, because he might just walk through this smoke over at elbow.
Has to fall back, doesn't he? Finds that first shot, gives him the space, but it's all an illusion, just re-peeking on in it. Not quite find that crazy flick, but he is able to fall back. That's the bomb chasing him down, but Mick does find his kill. Gets the AWP as well, but there's no way into the site now. The rotations have come through Donut. Even when in A main, Vexite, as you mentioned, is just pushed all the way through. And now they're stuck in towards Temple on their knees, and it's not in worship. Mick has really nothing he can do here. He's locked in from every single angle, and Vexite finds him with ease.
There's only 1 bullet in that AWP as well. If he found a kill, he'd have to stick the reload, and from there, Greyhound can just pounce. Nice attempt. They do overwhelm the AWP, but they can't put the bomb down. They can't give themselves any bonus cash.
We're doing the same thing?
Now Greyhound close in. They want to do the same thing.
All right, well, let's see. Also definitely found his success with the A main AWP. It's interesting how much space, Vexite's just given full control of middle, and he's the only one kind of in charge of this space. And oh, okay. A bit late back into it, but opening kill actually went the way of Atox. Looks like they did punish Vexite. Now that flashbang is perfect. Dobu comes on through. Oh, and another flashbang. Mick sets his teammate up for success. And Greyhound Descent really...
You can't give Alistair these 3 fights. But you're right, the flashbangs were just perfect. An immediate counter. Alistair missed opportunity, punished by Cabal. This looks much better from Atox. Liaz left alone.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, that's the round done, but got a little scary, because if Ali hits that shot, he can fall back. He's got another one. He's getting all these 1v1s, and he can just pick them off. You know, that AWP is isolated in Donut. Given those opportunities, they do bounce back immediately. We get to see that utility again. The double HE, perfect. And these flashbangs, what else can you say?
That's really
Chef's
nice.
kiss.
Yeah, just the slight delay on the second one. And you see that Dobu is pathing. He tucks in to the right-hand side, so he's not covered by it. Just swings back. He's denying every little ounce of information there for Greyhound. They take their final pause of this map, unless it goes OT.
Chance for it. This has been very neck and neck. Greyhound with a slight lead, but it's tenuous. You know the importance of this round. See what Atox bring out. They continue to try and punish this mid plate. This time there's a bit of support for Vexite. He dodges the HEs, not falling for that trick again.
It's more aggressive though from the ledge players. Flash in towards Cave. Mick just runs through the fire and the flames. Inns wants to fight, but another molly thrown on the floor. That gives more space for Mick to work with. Not that he knows it yet.
And Dobry spots multiple bodies. Not sure if he saw the third, but definitely saw two facing him.
Look at how concerned Atox are about middle. They're waiting so patiently. They're really respecting the smoke, and it means that Mick will have these fights in isolation. Liaz goes 1 for 1.
A good trade. Now they are going to retake middle. It is open territory at the moment. There's a boost up for Vexite. Dexter, the supportive rotating element. Still got Dobry over towards B main, which makes me think that, yeah, they are going to take this control and then fall back on over, but Alistair starts to slip on through. The perfect position, but the perfect peek from Cabal. Alistair doesn't even get to fire a shot. B is open. Liaz spotted and can't go anywhere. Throws that incendiary forward to at least slow things down. Oh, that's a great little blow on it, and the spam is perfect. Dexter cooks something up in his laboratory. He's not done yet. Flash forward. Oh, it's so good, but they're missing the target. Bomb does go down. Disaster staying alive in the smoke, but only for a moment. The retakes so strong for Greyhound. Atox barely able to get the bomb down, and Cabal can't find his target. Despite this clean entry into the site, it all falls apart.
Yes, Dexter, just the mastermind of chaos in that round. The fact that he blows open the smoke, he denies the bomb not once, but twice, or at least the bomb planters. Just about goes down, and then you've got the players on site completely stuck between a rock and a hard place. Right idea from Atox, though. Good take in towards middle. They can then scale through Shelf and go through Dobu, but this is all Dexter. Dexter gets completely caught off guard, and from there, the rest of Greyhound can collapse on the bomb site.
Beautiful utility, right? Liaz's incendiary forces the plan to be a little bit off default, which gives Dexter the opportunity to blow that smoke with his HE and then peek on through. Atox got the plant though, and no smoke. Elbow is open. Cabal takes that invitation with pleasure.
Yeah, that's such a late smoke there. All right, Greyhound, time not to get frazzled. Dexter already dinked as well from the earlier exchanges. Atox hard reset in towards A. The smokes are going to be dropped. They're just going to go straight forward, and this is the right call. It's only Dexter here.
No HP in the orb, tucked back in towards Temple. Support is so far away. Rotation's going to take so long, and you kind of think that if Dexter goes down here without finding a kill, that they're just saving for the next round. What can the IGL of Greyhound pull out? Flashbangs forward, jump over to bait out the shot, and he misses his chance. Back on the line, but can't find the shot. Alistair is here, though. The rotations have come on over. Incendiary forward, and spam again. This time doesn't deny the bomb. And Dexter did fall. Greyhound have a decision to make. Smoked off, and yeah, it's time to leave.
Yeah, that's an easy decision at the tail end. As soon as you lose the AWP, as you mentioned, like you just have to retreat. Nice idea with the spam and the incendiary. You're trying to cut off all angles, but ultimately bomb does go down in the first place. And that's a conditioning from Atox as well that they've set to Greyhound. Because Greyhound have always had this room in towards B, ramp in towards ledge, but Atox have been hiding behind the B doors. They've been tucked in towards elbow. So notice how Greyhound have that space there, but they still don't feel comfortable enough walking in towards mid to help support Vexite, freeing up his rotation to go over towards A. And that's based on the position that Atox have been in the last 3 or 4 rounds.
Trading rounds at the tail end. Greyhound keeping 3 alive is at least going to give them a good buy into this round. They can keep fighting forward.
The issue you've got is if you keep going blow for blow, it's ultimately going to favor the T side. There's way more ways to make money compared to the defense.
Interesting. I would have thought maybe a rifle could have been dropped over, but they want to prioritize the utility. So Alistair gets a scout and Vexite on the MP9.
There you go. This time the smoke is dropped immediately. Vexite is never going to be caught off guard by these HEs again towards middle. Always opted to take the safer route through Donut. Kins and Liaz trying to set something up here in Cave.
The Greyhound haven't really been putting a lot of control in towards Jaguar. It's been an area that they've been giving to Atox quite a bit. Retaked it a couple of times. This double setup is really strong. Boost up for the MP9. With the best position Vexite could find himself in, regardless. The A side of the map is quite weak, though. The rifles are focused on B and on Dexter's position in mid.
There is utility that can disrupt this. Alistair can drop a molly in towards Donut. Dexter, it's a very good off angle. And the boost was dismounted initially. Liaz turns the flash. In's trying to take the contact first, and Mick just trying to get every ounce of information. Here comes the mid play. Dexter needs to stand tall, needs to at least get one for his team, and he has managed.
He's done his job. There is a second player there that could catch him off guard. But here's that double layering. Liaz is brought down low, but finds the kill. And In's tucked on through. Able to find Dobu, and Accuracy not in a great position to trade, but just peeks on through. Meanwhile, that position was found of Dexter. So Zesta able to flank on in. A 2 versus 2. It's the MP9. The Scout upgraded to an M4 kit on Ali. But Accuracy is holding this line and hits the flick. Alistair jumps up to his demise. And Vexite has to walk on through into the AK. 11-11. Atox tie us up, and Greyhound are completely reset.
That's really nice from Zesta. And the timing of that from Atox just works out really well, because even though you've got Inns tucked in over towards the B ramp side of the map, where Zesta has found Dexter, he keeps pushing. Liaz, as soon as Inns falls and gets traded, he's completely stuck. He's worried about another cave push. He's also worried about the B player walking up ramp. Ultimately gets caught off guard by the flank. Atox timed that perfectly.
Atox going to be finding map point. It's just the default pistols and a deagle for Inns. Deagle does find a nice shot, but an AK is all that Inns is going to get for his troubles.
I've actually been surprised about the neglect of mid from Greyhound, especially in the mid portions of the rounds. It feels like whenever they want to go for mid aggression, it's never through A, it's always through B lane, it's always through cave. And keep a look at this timing. Cabal has just walked clean on towards A. He's behind Inns, and Inns has no idea what's about to hit him in a couple of seconds. The only rifle scavenged off a body that's about to be denied. Shadow spotted, and Cabal, even playing discipline, wants to get as far up towards B as possible.
No issues at all. And it's not a bad game at all by Inns, but not quite having the same dominant performance that he did against Atox on that first outing on day one. That 13-4 victory for Greyhound. Where Inns was just going to town, taking as many fights as he wanted. And a lot of that was focused around Jaguar. Felt like he was really the king of cave in that entire domain. We've not really seen that prioritization from Greyhound.
It's also just been a lot of lessons learned for Atox. Especially when it comes to putting the bomb down and getting themselves set up in after plants. There's a lot more crossfires just being established very early on. They're taking space beyond the bomb site in a number of these scenarios, which is making it very difficult for Greyhound to predict where these players are just going to end up. Sure, there have been a couple of retakes, but ultimately, Atox have been getting the best of them in every engagement.
Greyhound have to play for overtime. Atox can feel it. 3 in a row for them. And a 4th would take us to Anubis.
This is different again from Atox. This time they're taking no space whatsoever. They're anticipating Greyhound to push somewhere on the map. But a line in the sand has been drawn, and now it's a game of patience. Who's going to blink first? Which one is going to break the stalemate? It might be Liaz into Accuracy, who's boosted up with the AWP.
Greyhound are just hunkered down, haven't they? They are playing incredibly passive. They've given up B. I know the Atox kind of go for later control, so it's not going to cost them too much in time, giving up that space early. We saw how disruptive their counter utility can be. Lias has got that in Sentry again.
This is better. They're now resetting. They're going to go in towards red. They're going to fight mid, but Atox is here ready and waiting.
Sentry goes forward. Alistair wants to peek behind it. Trying to use it as a one-way. Very difficult to see through in CS2. Flash. Oh, it was good, but it also hit Alistair. Dexter gets his one kill. The backside with the MP9 has to deliver, and he gets that first kill. They're already on the side. Oh, he's getting forward. Look at the damage he's doing. Couldn't find the kill, but Inz is here. 15 seconds for overtime. Mick is on the flank. Zesta has no health. The bomb needs to go down. Otherwise, we go to OT, a 1 versus 1. And this time, Zesta fakes it out, hoping Lias will come forward, but Lias is tucked, and Lias has won the round. Overtime required.
And that's the experience there for Greyhound, just getting it done with Lias. Knows he doesn't need to peek, knows the pressure and the burden. It's on Zesta to put it down, and they can't manage it. Greyhound, that's really nice. Going in towards middle, retaking that control. And sure, they lose out the gunfights, but they're not ready for the MP9.
And that's the pressure, right? Because Vexite gets that kill into the player pushing the donut smoke. Accuracy's going to plant the bomb. You can just swing us two and deal with him immediately. Give yourself the time and space to work with. But Vexite is given an opportunity to do all of that damage on Zesta, which means that he's no longer confident taking fights later on.
It's really well played, and even it comes back to Atox being out of position. There was a lurk really deep on B. Had to run through, had to be incredibly vocal. And sure, finds one, but immediately is traded out. We run things back. First to 16 here. Atox. They need to survive. They need to win this overtime. For Greyhound, they have survived. Suddenly, the money has been re-injected straight back into the accounts.
It's like they were definitely struggling with on the tail end. We saw multiple MP9s, the scout in play as well. And Vexite, she wants to get ahead of the HEs, does take damage from one. They're fast. Atox wants the space. It's not a commitment though, it's a fake out. The bomb is still over towards B. A lot of footsteps to be heard, but no commitment, and this is definitely being commed over. Dexter's fully aware, and he's telling the boys just to stay in position on B. It's a fake.
They should have at least sent one forward. They should have at least tried to get the space. Instead, they're very much committed to their game plan. This one is a round that's called out as spawn. It's not one of those that is going to be adjusted in the middle of proceedings based on how things are going. Look what it's done. You're right. Where Dexter's cleared that and got that information, no one is home. Everyone is still remaining in the same positions. There's not been an overextension. Atox are now nading in towards middle and hoping that they can get this lurk timing up B, which Dobu has been able to find time and time again, but it's Alistair posted with the sniper.
Yes, the difference this time, it's a passive setup, but the ult is on the line, but not ready for Dobu's swing. You can see how ready he was, though, and Dobu has demolished the defense.
Obviously, you're going to go for this retake. It's overtime. It's low HP on Dobu. He wants to swing. He wants to fight. Instead, gets naded out. Zesta will hit the trade. Cabal going in for more. And this round definitely belongs to Atox. And it's all of the hands of Dobu. It's always been a story, a tale of nearly for Dobu. So close, so many opportunities in the RMRs, in the minor qualifiers, and never made it to a major. And now he's trying to drag his team in this. Try and bring them forward to Anubis to give them a chance.
That's always the way of things. The round that you need, you find in the opening round of overtime. But it's good to see them not getting stressed, not getting flustered, the pressure not getting to them. Because losing to time in the final round of regulation, that's the sort of moment that can completely kill your morale.
It also goes two ways as well. By them showing that they're happy to drop smokes incredibly fast, but not go on it. It would not surprise me at one point in this overtime half if they actually just go with these smokes. They go for this fast play that they're always threatening, but have never yet done.
Yeah, I wonder how much we're going to see this passive setup from Greyhound going forward. It feels like it hasn't quite worked out for them. Remember, with the OT money, if Greyhound lose this, they suddenly are really strapped for cash. It's a similar idea here.
It's exactly the same. But this time they're going forward, but Dexter ahead of the utility. Zesta peeking a little bit prematurely, but Cabal will trade.
That one's going to hurt. Inz is wanting to take fights. Regressing towards middle. Alistair, here to support while Vexite clears. They might be given a fight. Val is in the neighborhood. Atox are lacking a lot of control at the moment. The step, sees one and finds his target. In zone, perfect flashbang. Atox have been so good at setting up their teammates.
The issue is they're stuck to one point of control. Normally they come and reset in towards mid, but there's heavy pressure over there from Greyhound, so that means that Atox have to commit in towards B. They've been given the space. Liaz with this incendiary once more. They're playing retake.
This is his favorite lineup. Here's the tap. Goes through. This is the bait, but so much damage done with the spray. Mick is brought down incredibly low. Alistair given time to slowly flank and more damage being done. Dobu limping. Alistair slowly clears, but Mick lights out shot. Backside looking for the trade, runs on through past Mick and swings around. Brilliance from the youngster. And Dobu, all he can do with this HP is line up the defuse, go for the spam. And Greyhound now know this is their round. Dobu can't get here in time.
Vexite is incredible, this map. That's now 2 rounds in which he's delivered ultimate impact. Think back to the round where they had 2 M4s and the rest were pistols. He got 4 kills. Here, completely target selection is on point. Runs straight past the cave player and just denies the player on site. It gives Greyhound space to work with. They know one is stuck in cave. They assume one is probably down towards the ramp. So they get the space on site and then they can shut the door on the round. Incredible work from Vexite.
So many impact rounds from him. Not to mention all the control that he establishes early and towards middle. He's doing wonders for Greyhound on Ancient.
This might be the round. This might be the round that Atox just go in towards A. But this time, Liaz is putting the pressure and he's hearing all of this audio. Mick needs to be careful, but he nails Alistair. Liaz can't trade.
It's a real shame there. If Liaz had gone first, that's a free kill. Maybe Dexter will get his though. Zesta, oh, it's a bait. So much damage done, but again, no kill found.
But this is worrying. If you're Atox, you might not want to commit straight in. Instead, they do. They don't second guess themselves. That nade could be huge, and it is.
In's even spamming. Shame it does deny the double dunk. But you take those 2 kills for free. Mick's going to try and just take space with the AWP.
This is better out of Liaz. Because you're going to assume if you're Mick, if one player is here, guess what? They've got an incendiary there towards the back of sight. Mick trying to slide around the corner. Liaz with the peak spotted by the shoulder. That's confirmed intel. And now Mick can try and lock things in. Meanwhile, on mid, it's important for Cabal to at least get a kill because they're about to double up and swing.
This is the fight. This is the fight that defines it. But he gets that kill. Ince goes down through his teammate. And Liaz is smoked off. Can't deny the bomb.
They've got to fight forward. They've got to try and trade out Liaz immediately because they do not know where Vexite is going to come from.
He's going to be grouping up with his teammate, though. Dobu is in the smoke. He wants to take this fight, and he wins it. Liaz drops, and it's got to be Vexite again. Called upon continuously for this team, but it can't find the kill. And Atox get 2 on the T side.
Yeah, necessary rounds on that T side as well. Because of the CT that's kind of been hindering both of these teams. It gets a little bit dicey there where Mick is low HP, he falls back, but Cabal stays forward. He wants to ensure the round, he wants to guarantee it, and that's the last thing Greyhound expect. What a redemption arc as well from Atox. Everyone now punching above their weight. Polarizing opposite from what we saw on Inferno. We knew this potential was there from Atox, and finally we're getting it.
Playing control to be established. With HG, Dobu wants to fight forward, gets information, spam. A fair bit of damage. Backside brought down incredibly low. And his vision denied. Greyhound taking their time with this one. Defaulting the moment.
Vexite's going to go down. And Dobu caught off. That's valuable. That gives a lot of space now over towards Cave. It's also going to upset the players in towards middle. You can see that Atox immediately want to retake this space just as Greyhound come out elbow.
Oh, Accuracy had an opportunity. Inns was getting loud in middle, swinging on forward. Can't quite find the shot. Now Greyhound are going to group. Defense is split completely.
They just need to execute. They just need to drop smokes, drop flashes. We haven't seen just a straightforward execute, really. And now we're going to get one. Finally, Alistar can't capitalize on the swing.
Now the pressure comes through. Flashbang over. Mix ahead of it. And Mix found the double. Alistar will trade. And Cabal out towards long. Flashed off the line, but it clears. And he's still able to find another kill. Oh, make it 2. He wants to keep the dreams alive for Atox.
That's sloppy. That is sloppy from the Hounds. They're going before the utility is completely down. The flashbangs even left the hands of the players trying to support. And it's well done from Atox. They're not scared. They're fighting forward. They're wanting these fights. They're enjoying the fact that Greyhound are walking into their crosshairs. Huge multi-kills from both of the site anchors.
Greyhound used their 1 overtime timeout. But now they need 2 in a row to force us to double OT. Atox a round away from Anubis.
That's everything from Mick. And then Cabal, the audacity just to remain here.
Why isn't it Vexite going first, right?
But why is there no smokes for long as well? It's just open.
The flashbang is there, but then they peek after the fade. Cabal was fully blinded for a good 2 seconds. Feeling the pressure, a Greyhound, a team that had plenty of experience in high-pressure scenarios.
And now Atox go back to what was working for them. How they got back into this game in the first place. Double off.
That felt like the secret formula, and Mick has been on one this map. He's 26 kills right now. Mid control to be established. Alistar might get an opportunity. Ooh, thinking about Cabal, but now they know he's there. That's a cool smoke, gives a bit of space for him to work with, but it's blown open. And Inns blows his brains out.
Will they anticipate this, though? Will they anticipate Zesta walking and creeping closer? Looks like it, Liaz. Ready for anything. A 5-on-3 for Greyhound. Surely one more shot will be unlocked to them after this round concludes, but Mick isn't done. The 2 AWPs are still in play. He's taking a lot of space here with this sniper, but it's being held. Dexter surely, surely spotted that cross.
Yeah, he definitely did. And he's getting called the flashbang forward. Perfect. Accuracy's all knowing Dexter's going to take the space and they can go back to B. Greyhound, not done yet. Rotation will come fast. Bomb is committed. Also forward, Accuracy getting ahead of it, but yeah, Dexter's swing doesn't quite find the kill, but Alistar will. Dobu caught out by the lurk.
Nice safe counter-strike there from Greyhound. Dexter does confirm it just wants that utility being thrown, and I'll tell you what, it's aggression not only from Mick, but also accuracy in towards Donut. Nice blow on the smoke there to get the kill on Cabal, and that's such an important one, because Cabal has been incredibly fundamental into gaining a lot of the ground for Atox, been coming up huge with several multi-kills. That's a fight which you feel like if you win Greyhound, you've got a very good chance of closing the game.
A double AWP is now reduced to an MP9 on, well. So you double up in towards Jaguar. Vexite on the other side is going to walk past the smoke. Avoids the spam for now. Yeah, mid, such a prioritization for Greyhound. They are getting the space. I mean, how can you contend this with an SMG? You can't. Not with the Inns tapping you out at the server.
This is what Greyhound wanted to do last time. They wanted to take the space. They wanted to fight through middle with that shelf control. Because then you can put Alistar in position. Mick feels like he has to get involved. Having a fantastic game. Definitely wants more impact, but oversteps. And Greyhound find themselves in another situation in which they've got a 2-player advantage. And with all the map control in the world.
He can just execute somewhere now. With the position of ins in towards red, you feel comfortable going over towards A. You can catch off the rotations. You haven't seen any of these B players yet, but Dobu does reveal himself. That's what they're waiting for, this response to come through. He has being loud. And now the last player should be known. You did hear that swing. And flawless for Greyhound to force us to double OT.
Yeah, necessary for Greyhound. That was really well played. They're playing very systematically. Just kind of in these last couple of rounds, they're taking map control in stages and they're setting Atox up to fail. All of these peaks are being covered at any moment. Fantastic shot on this opener. But even here, Dexter, he's allowed to swing in from elbow and just take the peak because Vexite's being loud. He's fallen off. He's given away the audio. Set up Atox to walk straight into the trap. 15-15. Momentum currently with Greyhound. A reminder, Atox needs to win this map. Otherwise, they are eliminated and they're not going to Copenhagen.
This time, responding to Greyhound's desire to take mid. Atox are going to respond, take the space, and Cabal from ledge finds Dexter. Vexite wanting the trade, and, well, that's one way to find it. Dexter not ready for the fast space being taken. Dobu comes on through with the trades. So quick from Greyhound. A 3 versus 3 early on. The next fight looks like it's going to be Mick versus Ali, and not at all ready for that swing.
Well done there from Mick. Knows that he needs to keep control over towards ledge. Atox, that's the adjustment. They've actively fought for that space, which means that middle can't be compromised, or at least as easily. This means that you get accuracy in this mid-round position of Donut. He can now peek out, cover off elbow, and this locks in your rotates. Got to be careful, though, because Cabal is low. Bomb on the back.
He's just going to sell a fake.
Yeah, he's going to try.
Diaz gave him the utility to try and draw attention over here, and
the thing is, with middle, Cabal
this has worked.
Shouldn't have rotated.
This has worked into setting up all the utility. Now he is going to go down. Liaz will get the bomb plant. Has a smoke that he can deploy. Kid on Cabal. And the penny should drop any moment now. And indeed, it is A. There's a couple of extra seconds have given Liaz some more space to work with. But this clutch would be something else. 1 versus 3 in the first round of overtime. 3 Atox members about to swarm this site. Utility being set up. Smoke about to fade, and they're all going to pop on through. Sees the first. Now they know where he is. The spray can't quite convert onto the second. And Liaz's clutch is denied.
Yeah, well done from Atox. Just grouping up, just making sure that they're together. And the good space in towards ledge, as mentioned in that early round, gave them the players and the support of just having middle. It's so valuable because it enables these quick rotates, whether it's to B, whether it's to A. It just denies Greyhound a lot of information. I do like the idea from Liaz. You can see that he's set up behind the big box over on A bomb site. And the reason why is because Inns knows that fake has worked. There's no way they're going to be rotating, taking that long time towards A main. You've got to take that risk at that point. But he's effectively just cut off the angle based on the info.
This time, Atox have established control very early in towards lane. The deep door smoke. Dobu and Mick taking all this control for free. Greyhound not forcing the issue in towards middle. I think their intentions are clear. A is the play. Grey HE onto Dexter. He's brought down low. Defensive smoke deployed. There's no middle portion. It's all coming in from A main. Spray through the smoke. Zesta jumps up on over. Traded out by the orb, and Dexter spams out Cabal.
Vexite's so far away. I guess you can retreat here, or you can be on a really late lurk, but it's all about the rest of Greyhound trying to survive. Dobu and Mick, they're going to come through the smokes.
Yeah, bomb's not committed, though. Can retreat if needed. And now Alcez feeling the pressure. Mick has jumped out the boxes and running around. Oh, he transfers onto Inns. And that is the bomb spotted. And now it has to be this flank from Vexite, but you haven't seen him. You know only one player is confirmed on the site, so where has Vexite gone? The good news is, it's a double up in Donut. If Vexite can come through, he can smoke off this position. The bomb can be allowed to go down, and Vexite can hold for the rotation.
Needs this kill. Because now the bomb can also be planted for CT. An important fight, and Dobu wins it out. Alistar versus 2. Needs to jiggle, needs to secure an Atox grouping.
The right call. Dobu's so low. Probably want to swap weaponry as well. Send the AWP through first. Accuracy can trade. And Alistar with the AWP, it's not really the weapon you want for the job. 2 bullets and 2 bodies to find. Coming out towards site now. Dobu starts to clear. No smoke for the bomb. He spotted one. Dobu's just defusing. Oh, and he's behind it. It's planted behind the boxes. And oh my God, Alistar! What a way to clutch.
Yeah, just make sure that he's there as well. Sees the wires at the slight second. And Alistar's able to do it. Even with that Vexite lurk taking so long, even with Greyhound confined to the bomb site and not yet planted with all this pressure, Zesta jumping up, Dobu swinging in, and Mick with the clothesline. On towards ins, it still doesn't matter. No matter what Atox try and do, they cannot, for the life of them, get a CT-sided round.
An insane clutch from Alistar. 2 bullets, 2 shots. A Greyhound looking for their second round on the T side. Dobu again being disruptive, gets the opening kill. No trade this time around.
They got a lot of confidence out here towards Shelf. Atox know they can fight, they can swing, and more often than not, get the best of Greyhound in this area of the map. And that will force them, funnel them in towards A. You can see that Liaz is already walking, potentially trying to set up this opportunity. Dobu and Mick, you don't need to overextend here. Dexter punishes at the first time of asking, but Mick will at least get the trade. That activates Liaz, though, and A is open.
Overextension from Dexter, but yeah, Liaz capitalizes. So low, though, so all he can really do is post up in Temple. Cabal's going to hear all of this. He knows exactly what's coming on through, and they can flank through A main. Great swing. Ready for Liaz as well. No chance there. And Alistar, yeah, it was a phenomenal clutch before. But now 1 versus 3 required, and the flick misses. Atox with 2 on the CT side.
I'm really surprised that Greyhound don't even consider Donut to be an option. Liaz just skirts over towards Temple. But there's a window. There's at least 5 seconds or so where these players could filter in from Donut, could filter in from CT. And where Greyhound are being quite vocal, they should at least have their guns out ready and prepared. It doesn't happen. It's Cabal again with the multi-kill on the bomb site, keeping Atox alive and the slight edge as they swap to the T side, one in which they've been incredibly potent on, especially when it comes to these B executes.
Backside dodging all the utility, or at least he tried to. Oh, that got costly. Now he has to be the one that comes on forward. Oh, he doesn't even get to see an opponent. Utility destroys him at every moment. Ins meets the same fate. Liaz now has to step up behind the smoke, the spray. Oh, he almost finds Dobu. Pops to the AK, and Liaz making magic happen. 1 down. Alistar's magic stick chimes in for 1 as well, but Cabal's taking space. Fast in towards red is being anticipated. Liaz ready, but running out of ammo. All loud about his retreat back to red.
This is nice as well. Alistar pushing down B ramp as well. Cuts off ledge. He goes, okay, well, it has to be A. Liaz, you can start your rotate. You can even transition in towards CT to hold for the red push. Cabal coming back up, but Ali, he's holding for it, but misses the shot and gives Cabal the opportunity. And now Liaz doesn't know which direction it's going to go in. That's messy. Dobu could have been dropped with the bomb instead. It does evacuate. Liaz has still got the chance and the opportunity. Would need 4 kills in the round.
He's got the right read, though. Going back over towards B. Dobu has the smoke. No doubt. Oh, I thought maybe it would go to short, but no, it's long. Yes, he can deny this. The swing can come immediately, though. And he's not ready for it. Atox, map point.
Yeah, Cabal was considered there in long by Liaz, because you've got to think back to last round as well with regulation, where Cabal just sits in that smoke at long. It gets smoked off for him, and he's able to punish Liaz in that exact scenario. Unsure of where these players really reside, but that is scrappy. and messy. It always feels desperate as well from Greyhound, just trying to fight for this ledge control. Vexite loses 100 HP just to fire. Then the flashbangs that have been so prolific over the top from Mick yet again find another kill. And Atox 2 chances to force the decider.
They're playing with confidence. All the control they're taking. Greyhound trip over their own shoelaces at the start of the round prior. Accuracy. Ooh, Spotslia's on the jump. Can't find his mark. He's now noted. A flashback, in fact, and he's just going to fall off. Again, see Greyhound go back to that more passive stance that they showed towards the end of regulation.
It's the timer for Alistair, but the retreat has come through from Cabal. Fighting in towards Cave. Atox wants to be a little bit more direct in this round. They want to see how much they can get away with. Cave presence established. Liaz, yet again, it's a very familiar position for him to find himself.
A resmoke towards ramp is going to be a bit annoying. I imagine they don't respect it with the space they've got in towards Cave already, although that smoke is deployed by the T's. Now Alistair, he gets a bit of information on the jiggle. The swing comes through, but he's ready. Never fell off the line, and he's not going to repeat that one.
This might activate your A player as well. This might activate Cabal just into the scene, but it's Alistair just finding everything. They're giving it to him. Alistair again, bailing Greyhound out when it matters most. Just dancing, it's Ring Around the Roses in the temple, but it's a dangerous filling of the AWP. 3-on-2. As Cabal breaks his way on towards A, it's Vexite with the rotate, and it's Ins with the lock-in. Greyhound stay alive again.
Yeah, Alistair gives as good as he gets. So many opportunities for him to keep fighting there, and he's killing time, allows the rotation to come through. Ins is there to support. Gets the player that fell Dexter on site. Yes, the AWP that does all the work here. 3 from Alistair, and then precious time.
Huge round, and it's Greyhound in another situation where they're fighting for survival. There's this tactical pause from Atox, 30 seconds just to think about how they want to conduct this round. They do not want this to go to another overtime.
Everything starts to go out the windows once you get this deep in with this much pressure on the line. Elimination for Atox if they can't close this map. And that's still Lin Vision waiting in the wings for the qualification best of 3 to come up next.
It's tough. It's a long journey. And this series is becoming a little bit of a marathon. Nades, one slightly goes awry, but ultimately doesn't matter. No one home for Greyhound. Instead, it's the extremity push of A. It's the AWP trying to get Dexter in a position where you can just leave him and flex up this sniper and take it somewhere else.
Yeah, and I like this from Greyhound as well, right? They've shown time and time again they'll play this passive B setup, but it hasn't come with the aggression elsewhere yet.
But look at this, they're going in. Atox, they are just running forward, smokes down, and we know Greyhound, they've been playing things so passive, a trade out, long space taken, Zesta taking names, and suddenly it's a 3-on-3.
Flashbang, but it doesn't matter, Cabal's ahead of it. He's got the bomb, but he doesn't give a damn. He can taste Anubis. Alistair can't get anything done with York from this position. This round relies on Dexter. Flanking up from T. The ramp at the moment accounted for by Cabal. Dexter's going to come around the corner, spots him out, but can't find the headshot. And Alistair has been the powerhouse for Greyhound so far on this map. But this clutch might be one too many to ask for. It's taken Atox an absolute marathon to get it done. But finally, they close Ancient.
Yeah, and to be honest, completely deserved. We saw that best of one come out between these two sides. It was a blowout, but it didn't look like that told the whole story. And Atox have been melting their way through the competition in the lower bracket ever since. 13-2. It was a statement piece from Greyhound, but